Oh, hi, Louise.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hello.
You're holding my stuff.
Hello, my little lady.
Hello, Mom. What are you doing with my stuff?
You are the worst pet ever.
Really? Because you made some pretty colorful threats if I didn't get him for you at the pet store.
No clue what you're talking about.
Really? You said, and I quote, "If you don't buy me the damn fishy, I'm going to scream I'm being trafficked over the intercom."
Yeah, I did do that. He doesn't do tricks.
Honey, it's a fish in a 5-gallon fish tank. What did you think he would be able to do?
Well, the fishies at SeaWorld can jump through hoops.
Yeah, I don't know. Go get one of my hoop earrings and, put it in the water, see if he'll swim through it or something.
That's the best idea you had since you had me.
All right, honey, I'm going to just do the dishes. You let me know how that goes.
Let's get you out of there. Oh, jeez. Ma, he can break dance.
What? Honey, why is the fish on the floor?
He jumped out and then did a break dance, but I think he can only do it once.
I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to be a woman. I don't want to be a girl anymore. This shit sucks. This shit sucks. 2 days ago I got a yeast infection. I thought that was the worst of it. And then the next day I was like, oh my God, I think I have a UTI. And so I went to the gyno and they're like, you have a yeast infection and a UTI. And I was like, great, this shit can't get any worse. And then I woke up 2 days ago with my yeast infection and I thought, this is death. This is the end of the line. This is how I go out. Waited 2 days, then my back started to hurt, and then I watched the new episode of Bluey, and I couldn't stop crying, and then I started my period with a yeast infection and a UTI, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Hi, Mom. Can you write me something on a piece of paper for no particular reason whatsoever?
Oh, yeah, I got time. What you need, honey?
Okay, perfect. It starts, Dear Principal Caroline.
Dear Principal Caroline.
This is Mrs. McKay writing to tell you... Yes. That her daughter Penny...
My daughter Penny, we're using legal names, all right?
...has autism. ATESMM.
I know how to... What, honey, you don't... What is this? What am I doing?
Okay, well, see, all my special needs friends get extra time at recess, right? And they can throw chairs at teachers and not get in trouble.
Sweetheart.
Stop laughing and finish the skit.
You're right, I'm sorry. Honey, they have special accommodations that you don't need.
So I'm not special?
Oh, you are. You are very special. In so many ways. But, honey, I can't write this in good faith. I can't.
Do you want me to hate you? This was my get out of jail free card. I can do anything I want and have a whole bus to myself.
Well, honey, I can't just lie, especially about this.
Remember at the doctor's office last week?
Yes?
When your doctor asked how many alcohols you drink a week?
That is very different. That is really different.
Dirty hypocrite.
When a small child says something to your face, you can't kick them. I left the house looking like this. I thought I looked really nice, really presentable, professional even. I'm at the grocery store. I'm down one of the aisles. Child approaches me. Excuse me, ma'am. Hi, buddy. How can I help you? Why is your hair like that? Oh, I have short hair. I put curlers in it. You look like a young old person. Oh, how old do you think I am? 50 with plastic surgery. And then he just left.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to win my boyfriend back.
I said I'll lose that girl.
What boyfriend?
Daffy.
Daffy's not your boyfriend. I'm your boyfriend.
Say that again? That's okay. I have it right here.
I'm your boyfriend. Oh, boy. I'm your boyfriend. I'm your boyfriend.
You're 25 years old. You get drunk off half a beer. And you read the Harry Potter series in your spare time.
A lot of adults read those books.
Yo, why didn't you abort me? How come I wasn't aborted?
Okay, honey, it's 'cause, and if you, it's, you're...
I'm just saying I don't think it's fair because Kimmy's little sister just got aborted and they celebrated it.
They celebrated it, honey, that's not, you...
Well, I feel like chopped liver because they had pot stickers and Mochi, a party princess that looked just like Mulan, and they listened to cool music the whole time. What do I get?
Hey, wait, Kimmy, the bakers that live down the street, right?
I know, and we weren't invited. What pieces of shit?
Are you referring to Kimmy's little sister, Ling?
Yeah, the one that looks just like none of the family.
That's what I thought. She's adopted, honey, not...
Oh, what's the difference?
My body done pissed me off again, ladies and gentlemen. About a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, on top of a plethora and spreadsheet of other bullshit. Well, in order to counteract the POTS, which basically means my heart don't pump the blood through my body enough, so instead of running on full, I'm running on 65% full at all times, which means that if my heart rate spikes, I pass out, which does not pair well with a panic disorder. So in order to counteract that, I was told to start supplementing with certain vitamins, but most importantly, electrolytes. Stop drinking your caffeine and start supplementing with certain electrolytes. So every single day, once or twice a day, I would have an electrolyte drink with no caffeine, no sugar, but I would drink them to try to make my heart pump better. And I started feeling like shit. And I feel shit for other reasons, but this is one of them. And so I was talking to my psychiatrist, and they're like, we're going to do some genetic testing on you before you try to go on any SSRIs to see what SSRI works for you. But there's also something you can check for, and it's a genetic mutation. This genetic mutation is called the MFTHP, what? No, I was right. It's the MFTHP gene, and a majority of people actually lack it or don't have enough of it. Well, this gene is integral in our mental health and our physical health, especially when it comes to turning food into energy, right? If you don't have that gene or you don't have enough of that gene, that means certain food groups do not metabolize the same way in your bloodstream. Not only do they not metabolize and become bioavailable, but they can actually change the chemical compound of certain foods into something else. Well, I found out that one of the vitamins that I need to be supplementing for my POTS and a couple other things, and everybody is usually deficient in the vitamin B12. Well, when we take vitamins, it's kind of mixed in with other things. They're kind of chalky, they have synthetics in it, da-da-da-da-da. Well, I was looking on the back of my electrolyte drink, and then next to my B12 vitamin that's in my electrolytes, there's this thing called cyanosobalamine. Do you see those letters, those first four letters? It's called cyan. What I didn't realize is that with my genetic mutation, that chemical compound does not get metabolized properly. It actually turns into something else. Do you know what that chemical compound has been turning into my bloodstream for the past year and a half? Cyanide! Cyanide! I have had cyanide in my body, lack thereof, or more than lack thereof, for the past year and a half. Because I thought my supplements were supposed to make me feel better. But lo and behold, because I have a certain genetic mutation, I have been poisoning myself for the past year. And there's certain things that I used to love to eat that I can't eat anymore because my body doesn't process them properly. Dairy, gluten, certain kinds of nuts, red meat, eggs, basically all the fun stuff. So, if you're dealing with a plethora of health complications, go get genetic testing done. Because your electrolytes could be turning into cyanide in your bloodstream. Come with me to get my real hair done. And by that, I mean the hair that's growing out of my head right now. About 2 years ago, my alopecia flared up, worst than it's ever been in my entire life. So I spent the past 48 months using vitamins, supplements, medication, and everything under the sun to get it healthy enough to work with. And now I'm gonna go to the salon and bleach the absolute living hell out of it. Darla, why would you do that? Well, I have a very secret special project that I need to be platinum blonde for. Oh, and also 98% of all the influencers that go to the hair salon have a shit ton of extensions in. Even if it's short, because now I don't have 3 strands of hair on my head. And look at classy, blonde, bam, chicka, wham, wham, chicka, bam.
Oh, you are already falling in love with me.
I'm gonna make you wish you were dead. Poor guy.
What's your favorite Pop-Tart? Obviously, it's the strawberry one. but there's...
That's such a basic fucking bitch answer.
All right, you want a real answer, Joey?
Yes.
The 2002 tie-in merch Pop-Tarts that came out for the Spider-Man movie. Look it up. Don't...
How dare? How dare you throw those accusations at me? I'm just a girl. That's criminal. That's preposterous. That's outrageous even. What's even more outrageous is doing a 75% off sale for the next 24 hours. You ever accidentally catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror? And you gotta fight real hard to hold back the vomit because the sheer sight of yourself with no clothes on makes you want to hurl? That happens to me more often than not. But this piece of information brings the God complex out to play. No matter what you look like. Thin, tall, short, petite, curvy, rounder, leaner, rectangular. Hexagon's not a body type. No matter what you look like, someone would pay damn good money to see you naked. I don't know how to blink. Nope.
Freddy, you're supposed to be on lockdown.
Vanessa, I missed the part where that's my problem.
Make it known exactly what we have done to our face and let everybody know.
I would love to go first. Here are a list of all the cosmetic procedures I've gotten done to my face. Even after $35,000 worth of plastic surgery and maintenance, Botox and fillers, and breast augmentation, I still am not even close to looking like the people I compare myself to every single day. So no matter how much money you spend, you will not achieve perfection. Because that does not exist. Botox, here. Brow lift, do that every 6 months. I used to do a lip flip with Botox, stopped doing that. Got filler everywhere, dissolved all the filler, opted for a surgical lip lift while I got my septorhinoplasty, Sculptra in my temples and my cheekbones instead of Juvederm. What else? My eyebrows are microbladed, eyelash extensions, veneers, double process, bleach blonde, platinum hair with keratin infusion extensions, breast augmentation, 28 tattoos, and a positive attitude. I don't post a lot on social media anymore. You want to know why? Because TikTok's turned into QVC as far as I'm concerned, and I'm gonna lose it. It's every swipe or every 3 swipes. It's TikTok shop, buy this, someone trying to sell me something that A, I know they haven't used before, or B, don't look like that. And the result is 10-year-olds making their lower middle class families spend $400 on skincare. You know what happened to me if I asked my mother to spend over $25 on skincare for me in elementary school? And I hate to try to sell people shit, because that is not what I want to do, unless it's me. So this is me, unfiltered, unsponsored, showing you the items I use for my skincare, because I don't care. To start off, I always use a knockoff makeup remover cleansing wipe because they're half the price and I get 2 times as much. Now, Darla, what facial cleanser do you use after your cleansing wipe? None. I just washed my face. So after my cleansing wipe, I'll probably go in with this toner. You can get it at Target, the Thayer's facial toner. I get it unscented because we don't use fragrances on our face, as she uses probably something with fragrances before that. Then I go in with this Paula's Choice exfoliant. It's a 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. It has salicylic acid in it, which can dry my face out. So that's why after I use that, I get the Dermalogica Biolume C Serum. I just feel like this makes my face super shiny and helps my face not get super dried out from the exfoliant. And then I'll go in with the same little Biolume C eye serum to go underneath instead of an eye cream. And then I use the CeraVe AM facial moisturizing lotion all the time because it has SPF in it. Because you should wear SPF all the time, what I was told. Alright, here are my receipts with the back camera and no filter so no teenager tries to skin me alive. Here is my skin. I have some blemishes because guess what? You're gonna have some, you little bitch. You can also tell because my eyebrows look rough, and you can see my scar from my surgery. See?
You don't need to drunk your elephants to look nice.
I arrived home last night from a lovely trip to find thousands of people who have found my other platform. Half of those responses were not received well. And I am here to say I was faced with an exponential amount of negativity. And I know exactly why. It's not what you were saying. It's not all the names I was called. That's not why. It's because when I started doing social media, I was 18 years old. I was a baby. I was fresh out of high school. And people had an idea of me. They had an image of me. I was a child. I didn't know anything. I didn't know about the world. I didn't know about morals. I didn't know about how the world actually worked. I didn't know what I felt. I didn't know anything. I was dumb. I was stupid. I was also 18. Right now I'm 24. I'm closer to 30 than I am to 18. So at 24, I decided I was going to branch out into the other realm of content. Well, the reason people are upset and the reason people are uncomfortable is because they refuse to see me grow. They will always see me as a child. They will see me as that teenager. They will see me as that 18-year-old who doesn't know a thing about nothing. And I could have easily chosen to do this at 18. 100%. I would have probably found even more success if I know the minds of men. But I didn't. Because I knew that it was something I had to sleep on. It was a decision I needed to make when I was mature, when I knew that it was something that I could see with a level head, where I could approach it from a business perspective and not from some naive 18-year-old trying to make a quick buck. So at 24, I decided to let people see me like every other 24-year-old woman. And that makes people uncomfortable. But I will not let people shame me into feeling less of a woman. I have never felt like a woman before until I decided to do this. I have never seen as much positivity and much support and much love from a community than I do on my other platform. And I know you're saying, well, they have to say it, they have to. I don't. Because now with the feedback I receive, and it's not validation, it's reminders. It's people telling me that I love to see your journey, I've loved to watch you grow, and I am excited to follow you as you grow further. And if that makes you uncomfortable, that is a personal fight that you have to go on with yourself. That's something I can't change. But I'm going to continue to do me. And I am going to continue putting most of my time and energy into that because it is what I'm finding the most success in. It is what brings me the most happiness right now. And it is what has genuinely made me the most confident I have ever felt in my entire life. So I'm not saying this as you should too. I'm saying this as the decisions people make are more than just a spur of the moment decision. It is something that people do because it makes the most sense. They say that you should find a job that has benefits. It has benefits. They say that you should find a job that has a decent retirement program. It has a lovely retirement program. It is more than just the stigma. It is a job. And it's a damn good one too. Filled with connections and filled with people and filled with opportunities that I'm so excited to pursue once I am of sound mind and body. I'm not of sound body right now, but that's for a different day. And that's another reason why I decided to branch out into that avenue. Because if I did not do social media full time, I would be on disability. That is something that I don't talk about often, but I think it's important to be transparent about. If you had the opportunity to work from home, to afford your medical bills, and to have that weight lifted off your shoulders, would you not as well? There are factors that play into every decision we make as human beings, and based on the cards I was dealt, that was the hand I decided to play, and I played it, and I won the hand. So yeah, that's it. I have no other words to say other than, you know what to do now.
How do I get this to stay in place?
I was tagged in this about a dozen times, so I'm going to show you guys how I put on my wigs for people who need to know and people who want to know. Step number 1, you're either going to braid your hair down, or because I have no hair on my head and it's super short, I can actually just tuck my hair under my wig cap. You get these on Amazon, ones that match your natural skin tone, because then it won't show through the lace if you have a lace front wig. So I'm just going to put this bad boy on, flick my natural hair out, and then I'm going to find the part that has this thicker band on it, and then this part of the cap has the thinner band. I cut my wig caps at the top to make it like a tube, because I feel like it makes it easier to go on and off my head. So then I'll take the thicker part, kind of put it down like a headband right on your hairline, and then this just kind of tucks in the back, right? So it just kind of stays down. This is what it looks like with the wig cap on. Now, the wig I'm going to use that looks the most natural right now is this nice rooted blonde human hair lace front wig. I mess around with the part when it's on to try to see what looks the most natural, what way the wig wants to fall, but take your wig, brush it all backwards to make sure you don't have any knots in there before you put it on. Ta-da! Now, your point was, how do I get it to stay on the longest? You could use glue. I will use wig glue if I'm going to a Comic-Con convention, if I have to wear my wig at a pool, out and about, and I need to make sure it doesn't come off. But for my day-to-day wear, I get this True Tape Super Tape. It is a double-sided tape. They come and they look like this, but I don't need all of this. So what I do is I take it and I cut it in half with a little pair of cuticle scissors, like that, so it's nice and thin. Then you're going to take the backing off the tape, and then you're going to take this part, you're going to move this back a little bit so it's right on your hairline, and you're going to line it right up with your natural hairline. For me, this is just what looks the most natural. Sometimes you can put it a little bit down if you think your forehead's too big, but this is just what works for me. And then boom, the tape's on there, but you can't even really tell. And then this is the most important part for your wig to look natural. So you're going to take a comb, and then you're actually going to take these pieces of your hair. And this part you only do if the wig is if your natural hair is the same color as your wig. So you're going to take these little pieces like that on the sides of your head. See all that? And you're actually going to brush them out. It'll make sense in a second. So just be patient. Trust the process. Now, you're going to take your wig. Make sure none of the lace or none of the hair is stuck under the lace, or else it's going to get stuck on the adhesive and then it's going to mess it all up. So make sure all the pieces of hair are out of the cap. You're going to twist it over. You're going to make sure the wig is nice and even. That little clip on the back is in the middle of your hair. And then you're going to put it on the front. Pull it down. And then you're going to go up. And then you're going to line the lace up with that piece of tape. You're going to just push it down. And then brush it. Brush these little pieces that I pulled out in the front. Brush them back. Tuck your wig cap under a little bit more. And then, most important part, flip forward, brush it up, push it down, boom. This way, your wig stays nice and secure all day long. It doesn't go anywhere. Baby's not moving. She's not moving to the left. She's not moving to the right. And she's on. Ta-da!
You're a drug dealer.
No, what? How? What?
They're not moving! They're dead! Oh, Jesus. Oh no, the ring!
Oh no, there he goes.
Flushed away. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, Fucking fuck.
Oh my god.
Your mother. This is a long ass ride.
It's the first ride of the day, so the rest are gonna be a cakewalk.
So as fast as I could, I went after my net. I bet with my net I can get those things yet.
Oh yeah.
Dear, you did not like our game. What a shame.
Some like beats and shit.
How long is this fucking ride?
I don't remember.
We've been on here for 20 minutes.
Said the cat in the hat. Then our mother came in.
Your mother.
Well, what would you do if your mother asked you?
Your mother. Your mother.
Was Jesus hot?
Honey, no, we shouldn't objectify Jesus like that.
You said that Jesus looked like Aquaman, and you texted Aunt Stacy last week that you were doing godly things to Jason Momoa.
Good God, note to self, take iCloud off of iPad. Honey, no, we can't think Jesus is hot.
What about the other mascots?
The other mascots.
Duh, every religion has a mascot. Have you seen the Catholics?
Or are the Catholics' mascot not Jesus?
No, it's some old white guy that wears a white cape and a pointy hat.
Okay, maybe don't say it like that, because there could be a contextual issue.
Yep, Buddhism has a big fat bald sumo guy.
Honey, no, the Buddha...
Yep, the Jewish people had the electrocuted guy. Albert Einstein!
Honey, so wrong on so many levels.
Yep, and Scientology has a mascot too.
Honey, I don't think that there's like a god in Scientology. I don't think they...
Then what else is Tom Cruise here for? And I have my own personal god.
Yeah, do ya?
His name is Mickey Mouse and my heaven is in Orlando, Florida.
And what religion is that, honey?
Capitalism.
Come with me to get new teeth. That's right, baby. These bad boys are artificial. I, unfortunately, did not win the genetic lottery and was born with peg teeth. When I got my braces off when I was 16, there was so much space between my teeth, we needed to put something over them to keep my bite from shifting. And what they don't tell you about veneers is you have to get them replaced every 7 to 15 years. And because I'm only on my family's insurance till I'm 26, I decided, let's do this now. This was right after they numbed me up, and I cannot move the top portion of my lip. It also looks like I just got punched. Also, you don't get your veneers put on right away. You have to spend 3 weeks in a temporary denture until your veneers get crafted from the lab. And all I wanted to do was see my smile. I just wanted to see my teeth, and I can't even do that shit. Plus, I'm a little bruised. And I choose to get all my procedures done in the States only because I feel like I can get a more natural look and go home and rest right after it's done. Because whoever tells you that getting veneers doesn't hurt is a filthy fucking liar. Because I'm sore. I'm still sore. It's 3 days ago, and I'm still sore. And today's the first day I can smile. My gums are bruised, but so far, I'm happy. They look natural. They look like I was supposed to be born this way, and I don't look like I got chiclets in my mouth. So 10 out of 10, Darla's happy, and now we wait 3 weeks.
You said you were going on some spiritual retreat.
Namaste.
And you're supposed to be dead.
I got better?
I am going to use the term crash lightly here, but that's only because there are a limited number of words in the English language that will help you understand and correctly portray the feeling of doom and terror that filled my being during this excursion on the frontier. It was March 13th, 2022, and I was flying from Orlando, Florida, to Atlanta, Georgia. My flight was scheduled to take off at 8:30 p.m. Well, if you're not familiar, Florida is known for their bipolar weather, so it can be sunshine and rainbows, and then within 30 seconds, Hurricane Katrina. And at 7:35, 5 minutes before we're about to board the plane, we get an announcement. Your flight's delayed an hour. Nobody likes when their flight's delayed, but I saw the wind picking up outside. I was like, ooh, yeah, let's wait for this bad boy to pass. So I whipped out my phone to look at the radar, and a big glob of not red, but purple surrounded the entirety of central into northern Florida. At this point, this is before I even waited for the first delay. I should have just got my ass back home. I should have left the airport and left in the morning. But because I was a stupid girl who wanted to see her boyfriend, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait it out. I wanna get there now. I miss him. An hour goes by, this delay. We get another announcement. Your flight's been delayed another hour. And I stuck around. The weather was worse now than it was 2 hours ago. And this happens 2 more times. And it's 11:30 at night, and we're ready to board. Now, Darla, is the weather any better? Oh no, it's worse. Why didn't they cancel your flight? 'Cause money, I guess. So we all board the plane. And everyone's ready, and they keep all the cabin lights off the whole time, which is interesting because it's 11:30 at night. So I'm sitting down, we're ready to take off. The pilot goes, ready for departure, da-da-da-da-da. All of a sudden, I've been on planes hundreds of times. We go straight forward, and you know how there's a gradual liftoff? My whole body was like, I felt like someone just reclined me. Oh my God, I was like at the movies. So first, takeoff was funky, and then I look out the window, because I have to look out the window when we take off, or else I'll shit myself. And I see these sparks on the wings, on all of the wings, on both sides. It was like just fireworks, accompanied with like crackling and shit. Right after that, the pilot goes, oh, that's static electricity. Sometimes that'll happen in the plane. The plane's acting normally, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so there's this little boy next to me who's sitting all by himself. He's like 6 or 7 years old. Within 20 minutes of our flight, this is what I'm gonna demonstrate. You are the world and I'm me on the plane. This is what it felt like the entire time for the rest of the flight. You think that was bad? Oh, no. We didn't get above any clouds. We were apparently just a couple thousand feet in the air. We never got to cruising altitude. We were just low to the ground the entire time. How long, you might ask? We were on that 45-minute flight for 3 hours and 45 minutes. Why, you might ask? We had to travel like this for the entirety around the state of Georgia, up into the Carolinas, and then over the ocean to get around a storm system. And we didn't even go around it, because you want to know the best part of this flight? Two main keys here. 3 main keys here. Number 1, you remember those static electricities? It happened again, but centralized on the left side of the plane. It wasn't static electricity this time. We know what it was. The entire time we are flying in this black cloud. I wish I was exaggerating. We're flying in these black clouds filled with lightning. I'm looking out the window. It looks like Final Destination, just with fireworks going on. And the whole plane's making noises. Everybody's like, this little boy next to me is crying the entire time. And I can deal with turbulence. This was more than turbulence. This was like, what's wrong? So after 3 hours of prayer, the pilot says we're going to start our initial descent. Within 30 seconds of him making that announcement, the whole plane free falls. We free fall for what feels like 10 seconds straight. We were not at high altitudes at all. I could see us get closer to the ground. The oxygen masks come down. People are screaming. The plane, when it catches itself, is like this. All of the flight attendants are buckled up. They have been buckled up the entire time. We got no water, no snacks. The seatbelt sign was on. She yelled at some guy because he tried to go to the bathroom. We were like, no, it's not safe to stand up. You guys sit down or we ain't getting there. So the oxygen masks come down. Everybody puts their oxygen masks on until we land. And I shit you not, the entire 20-minute descent into landing, the wings just he cannot keep this shit straight. I don't know what's going on. Our bodies are moving like that. We are physically not being able to stay straight. And we're getting closer and closer to the ground. We are probably a couple 100 feet from landing. And the plane goes like this, and the right wing skids on the tarmac. You can see, like, the sparks on it. It's like a razor scooter at the scooter park. We get closer and closer. The nose of the plane hits the ground. The landing gear doesn't hit the ground. The nose of the plane hits the tarmac. One of the wheels on the plane snaps off, and the whole body of the plane just kerplunks onto the tarmac. We're on the ground, I guess. And I know it could have been worse. I know it could have been 100, a billion times worse than it was. But now I can't fly without a happy little pill. Or else I'll have a heart attack. I will freak out. My body is now in a permanent state of panic whenever I get on a plane because of that right there. So, moral of the story, always fly Delta.
I'm so angry and I'm so done with the American medical system. I've not been okay for the past 3 years. I have not been able to do what people my age can do. I don't have the ability to live a healthy life. There is something wrong with me, and I don't know what it is. Every time I go to a primary doctor, they write me off, and they dismiss me, and they tell me I have anxiety, and they push me aside, and they put me on benzos. There was a time where I was on so many prescriptions I couldn't think. And so I got off of them and I still don't feel good. I never wake up and I feel good. For the past 3 years, I've never woken up and felt good. And it's exhausting. And no doctor gives a shit. So I went to a primary who did care a little. And they sent me a referral to go to cardio. I couldn't get into cardio for 2 months. So I don't even have that appointment yet, but I got an MRI because I was in a car accident 2 years ago and I hit my head on the windshield. And they never did any testings at that hospital afterwards. I just sat there in the hallway with a neck brace on for 18 hours. And so I got my MRI done. And I called to try to make an appointment with a neurologist. And the neurologist told me that I have to go to the cardiologist first and make sure that's okay. And then if there's nothing wrong with my heart, then they'll give a shit. I can't live like this anymore. I need someone. I need a doctor to care about me. I need them to help me figure out what's wrong because I can't live like this anymore. I can't do it. I don't like to wake up like this. I don't, but I can't help myself. I have done everything humanly possible on my end of things to take care of myself. I exercise as much as my body can tolerate. I eat a healthy, well-rounded diet. I journal. I go to counseling. I go to my therapy sessions. I get my steps in. I do everything I can, but there's something wrong, and nobody cares. And so, it's a woman thing. It is a woman thing, because so many women feel the same way I do. They know that there's something wrong, and guess what? They don't care unless you're in the ground. They don't. If you're breathing, you're fine. If you're alive, you're fine. They don't care unless something actually happens to you. Why is preventative action a thing of the past? Why is the whole system set up so these women die before people even look at them? I was in the hospital once recently, and no one came in the room when my heart rate started to spike. They didn't. You know when they came in the room? The first time in 8 hours they came in the room was when I coded. Nobody cares about you unless you're dead or dying. And I hate to feel this way. I hate to get so emotional, but I don't know why it is this way, and if this can reach somebody who can, nobody can help me. That's what sucks so bad, is there's no helping. You're stuck. You're not even stuck between a rock and a hard
how I feel. I know that there's something wrong. And I know that nobody will give a shit until it's too late. Oh my god,
Hi everybody, how are you? I missed you guys so much. Oh, sweet heavens on earth. Honey, did you suck off a beehive? What happened?
Oh, no, I got a little work done. It really minimal, actually.
What is in there? It looks so stiff. Did they use like cement? Or like slime?
No, it's mainly just Juvederm and then just filler. Just filler.
You look like if Val Kilmer and Jennifer Coolidge had a baby. Jesus Christ, honey.
I'm in front of the camera all the time, so I think this would just give me that little bit of hits that I needed to stand out.
Honey, what's gonna happen to your body when we bury you? When you die, right? That's not biodegradable. You're gonna just release toxins into the earth. You are the carcinogen.
It doesn't even last forever. Like, this will all just disappear in 6 months.
Oh, I don't think that's how that works, honey. Someone lied to you. Okay, it's just gonna move, right? These lips are gonna end up somewhere dumb.
Do you know how much money I spend to look like this?
Honey, you could have used that money to improve the mental, right? The physical don't mean much if they're not nutting up there.
You know what? I'll keep doing me. You keep doing you. Sound good? Okay, cool.
When your mouth is shut and you're just alone by yourself, what's happening in your brain?
All of this at face value, take it from me. I don't want this shit anymore now that my life is this way. I would give it all up to have my life back, but guess what? I can't. I got my diagnosis today. You know what it's like to be diagnosed with a terminal illness, to be told that for the rest of your life you are going to not have the quality that you want? Yeah, I know, my life isn't as bad as other people's. I am going to be in constant pain, in agony, in frustration every single day of my life until the day I die, and there's nothing that anybody can do. Do you know what it's like to be told that? I would give all of this up to have my life back. To not feel like I'm drained or dying or like I could take my last breath the next morning. Do you know what that's like? To have that stripped away from you? Your life. This shit doesn't matter if you are not alive to live it. I don't care what people have. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how many people they have in their life that love them. I don't care where they are. If you are not well in here and in here, then nothing else fucking matters. Do you understand that? What people see on the internet is not what people endure every single day for the past 3 years of my life. I have been in constant agony and struggle. And most days I don't want to wake up because it's that bad. But people don't know that because Darla has money. She has followers. She has... I would give it all away to have my life back. Do you know what it's like to grieve your own life? I won't have the quality of life I had expected to have. I won't be able to have a family. I won't be able to go on hikes when I'm older. I won't be able to eat certain foods ever again. I will not be able to live the way I had intended to live. Do I have hope that I will live a good life? I will try to stay positive. I will. But if you told me tomorrow, hey, Darla, all you have to do, give away all your money. Give away all your followers. Everything is stripped away from you, but you have your quality of life back. Take it. Take everything I own, everything I have, everything I come with. Take it all away, please, so I can have my life. I don't understand how some people can be so chronically online, which is ironic coming from someone who's chronically ill. Get off the internet and empathize with people. What you see online, the rainbows and butterflies and the plastic surgery and the money and that is what people allow you to see. You do not understand what people actually go through, right? If I showed the world how shitty this past 3 years were for me, if I showed the world the things that I had to go through in here, that's not a happy place. So if my life isn't happy, the least thing I can do is try to shed happiness to everybody else. right? So that's my purpose from now on. My purpose from now on is to make everybody else happy and to spend every single day on the brink of, is it worth it? I am angry, I am frustrated, I am sad, I am grieving, I am going through all of the emotions a single person can go through in a short amount of time. And I need to take a step back to process the information I was told today, to understand what that means for me, and to remember what my purpose is in life when you feel hopeless and like there is none. So, bye.
Oh, really? What's your major? Oh, it's mathematics. Wow, you're so smart. I could never do that.
I cannot keep having the same conversation.
Why can't I drink alcohol?
You're 5.
That didn't answer my question, Mom.
Because, honey, it's grown-up stuff, and I'm the grown-up.
Then why are you so small?
Each day I sense you try to fight me physically, and that's not gonna go well for you, honey.
I'm like a spider monkey. I could take you.
Stop trying to fight me. God, why do you want to drink alcohol? Anyways.
I don't know. You just seem like you have fun when you drink your wine. I don't see why I can't have just a little bit of a tipsy.
Honey, it's being tipsy, not getting... No, stop it. Stop. No.
Fine. Be that way.
I swear to God, she's gonna kill me.
Mom, answer me this. Why is there alcohol in my mouthwash then?
For fun, honey. For fun.
I can get drunk on mouthwash?
No.
Well, I know. You could be Batman!
I am not Batman. I'm Batman.
Can I get a chicken burger with that? What was that, sweetie?
He said he wants a chicken burger with rooster sauce.
Okay. Chicken burger with rooster sauce. Yeah, take that. So...
Can't you hear him?
This is going to be a long video, but if you have anxiety, depression, mental health issues, brain fog, fatigue, anything that no medication or lifestyle changes has been able to help, I might have just saved your life. I have been on any sort of mental health medication since I was in middle school. You name it, it has been in me. Zoloft, Prozac, Wellbutrin, Lexapro, all of it. And not only did those medications not help, I feel like they actually, in most cases, made me worse. But after a literal decade of existential dread and doom and gloom, I finally met with a psychiatrist who suggested I get a GeneSight test. And I said, what that? It's a DNA test that will tell you what medications will work and won't work. Which would have been real nice a decade ago. But here are my results. So this right here is my list of all the antidepressants that will work and won't work for me, based on my genes. Wow, would you look at that? All of the red ones I was on. So this basically says that absolutely no SSRIs are safe for me to consume. And the only anxiolytics that'll help, or anxiety medication, that are safe for me to take are benzos. No wonder I get hooked on the hard stuff. Now this is the most important piece of the puzzle. Those letters are very important. MTHFR. Basically, this is a genetic mutation that does not allow your body to adequately use and make folic acid. On my test, it told me that I have reduced folic acid conversion rate. Now, what I am about to tell you, I am learning in real time. So if I say something that is incorrect, please tell me, because I'm just a stupid blonde girl. So, basically, what was explained to me is folic acid is an essential amino acid in the body that is vital and integral in the production of dopamine, serotonin, and a bunch of other happy hormones and women hormones that make our bodies function properly. If your body does not have enough of something, it will not work. So I was told there's a very good possibility that the reason why I have anxiety, depression, a bunch of other mental illnesses is simply because I do not have enough basic amino acids in my body to produce those hormones. Now, in order to understand how this mutation happens, we have to go back to how we were made. A majority of people who have the MTHFR genetic mutation, their mothers during pregnancy took a prenatal vitamin. And if you aren't familiar, one of the main ingredients in a prenatal vitamin that most OBGYNs say is important for developing a healthy offspring is folic acid. Because our mothers were supplementing this as we were developing, we weren't taught genetically to create it on our own. My dog has the remote. Let me go grab that. And because our bodies don't know how to use synthetic supplemented folic acid, we need to get that nutrients from foods that are rich in folate. Asparagus, spinach, lentils, edamame, all the leafy greens are high in folate. But not all of us like veggies. Not all of us can supplement that adequately just throughout our diet. So I was told about this little gem. This right here is a multivitamin or a supplement. I got it off Amazon. It is called 5-MTHF, methylfolate. What does methyl mean? Well, our bodies, if having this genetic mutate, fucking hell. So certain supplements we need to have methylated for us because our bodies cannot do that on their own. Most of these methylated vitamins are going to be your Bs, your B6, your B9, your B12. So this supplement is called methylfolate. Make sense? This right here is a 1 milligram tablet. 1 milligram, very tiny. Do you see this little guy? Non-addictive. There's absolutely no SSRI, no benzos. It is a multivitamin, a supplement, teeny, teeny, tiny. I take one in the morning, right when I wake up, and one at night, right before I go to bed. And let me tell you, after the past 10 years of struggling with my mental health, have I never felt as hopeful, as joyous, as clear and crisp. I feel like I'm seeing the world from a whole new perspective. I feel like I have literally and genuinely been looking at the world through rose-colored glasses for my entire life until I fixed the problem. The moral of the story is, Big Pharma sucks. No, but I feel like a lot of doctors and a lot of practitioners and a lot of psychiatrists will slap on a Band-Aid instead of fixing the problem. They're like, do your own work, go to therapy, coping skills, CBT, DBT. They'll throw all the skills at you and then they'll give you a prescription. They'll numb you. They'll give you an SSRI. They'll give you a benzo. They'll give you more benzos to one point where you don't even remember what it feels like to be a normal functioning human being before. You know what we can do at our core? We can make our lifestyle changes. We can invest our own money into figuring out the core problem of why these things are happening. If I had $1 for every time a doctor told me, you have anxiety for something, I would use that money, wrap it around my fist to block my knuckles from the impact it was going to make with their nose. Modern medicine does not focus on the root of the problem. If 10 years ago, I had a psychiatrist that's like, you know what, let's do a genetic test on you to see what's going to work, what's not, and maybe it's a simple fix, like this right here. I would have not had to detox. I would have not had to go to rehab. I would have spared myself so much hardship and trouble and turmoil if a little more care was given in the beginning. And I'm not telling you to go this, if you don't have the problem I have, this is not going to do any good for you. It could even do more harm than that. But what I am explaining is, if you have these issues to the point that it's hard for you to function on a daily level and nothing is helping, go get a gene site test. Get a genetic test done to see if there is something as easy as a supplement or a multivitamin you can take or a diet change you can have that is going to turn your life around. Do a full 360. And the best part is me being mentally well now is really going to help me process being physically unwell. So Thank you for watching this whole video, and I hope it saves your life. Goodbye. I have been a full-time content creator for the past 4 years. I have stayed silent about my personal beliefs, my morals, my political stances, because I was worried that it was going to interfere with my platform. The platform, which inevitably I will not have soon. So I'm done being a pathetic slug, and I'm gonna have a spine and discuss the negative impact that the TikTok ban is going to have and why it's happening in the first place. Contrary to popular belief, I'm more than just a pretty face and a comedic outlet. I have a pretty extensive education in political science and real estate law. So, number one, the first thing I want to discuss is the main reason why Congress is pushing to ban this platform as soon as humanly fucking possible. When I started on my tax form saying that I was a full-time content creator, that was 2019. You might remember that a similar TikTok ban was discussed around 2020, which was the last election year. The reason at its core that the United States government wants to shut down TikTok is because we get most of our media, most of our information from these unbiased, reliable sources that can get us information in real time. If you ask someone between the ages of 18 to 35 years old, we do not get our news from MSNBC, Fox, CNN. We get it from people who do their own educated research and formulate an unbiased opinion to tell us the actual things that are occurring within our country's borders. The government, both sides, left and right, Democrats and Republicans, do not like that. I don't talk about my politics. They do not like that right now, the candidate that is pulling ahead, the one person that has the ability to rip both sides away, has the biggest voice here. If you don't know, an independent candidate by the name of Robert F. Kennedy, if you don't know, he's a fucking Kennedy, recently posted a 10-minute video, his own personal State of the Union, that last time I checked had over 10 million views. Now, President Biden and ex-President Trump do not have a social media presence on here. And that's the issue, is they do not play the game the way it needs to be played. The reason why RFK has so many people actually listening to what he has to say is because, unlike the other two candidates, he has written out a game plan of the things he is going to do the second he goes into office. He has made it abundantly clear how he is going to fix the issues, what he is going to do to fix the issues, and when they will be fixed. When Biden was elected, the one thing that made a bunch of people in my generation vote for him was student loan forgiveness. That shit didn't happen. Now, if you don't know, RFK is a registered Democrat who actually is pretty moderate now. He's a registered Democrat that what I just found out is that his running mate, his vice president, is going to be a very outspoken Republican by the name of Aaron Rodgers. If you don't know, Aaron Rodgers, you know Aaron Rodgers. When was the last time we saw something like that? When was the last time we saw a registered Democrat running with a outspoken, incredibly conservative Republican? And what a lot of the American people want in the 2024 election is we want implemented change. We need the economy to be fixed, which is a main reason people probably are going to vote right, and a lot of people are going to vote left because of the bodily autonomy issue. And these two main points, in my professional opinion, are going to be the reason people sway left and people sway right. It's going to be the economy and the housing crisis versus gender and bodily autonomy rights. And what do you know? We have an experienced, respected, and educated representative who isn't a Democrat, who isn't a Republican, who is running as an independent, who has written out the plans to fix this issue and this issue. In my eyes, there's a clear winner to the 2024 election. And yes, I know there's some, I understand the reason why people have their gripes about this individual. But you're not going to have everything. No one person you are going to elect and their cabinet that comes along with them is going to have everything you want. That's not going to happen. The issue with the Democrats and the Republican right now, if anybody with a functioning brain knows this, the largest corporations and the businesses that run America run the government. Certain corporations run the Democratic Party and run the Republican Party. What's great about hopefully having an independent run the United States of America is there is nothing that can buy their loyalty. And so because of that, we have an individual who is willing to go on podcasts, who is willing to sit down and make videos for this stupid TikTok app. We have a candidate that listens to what the American people want and tells them how they're going to do it. So in my professional opinion, I think the only reason the TikTok ban is getting pushed right now is because the Democrats and Republicans are afraid of Robert F. fucking Kennedy. And they fucking should. So that's point number one. I want to talk about the negative impact that the ban is going to have on the American people directly. So in 2020, a lot of people lost their jobs because of the pandemic. And what did people do in order to counteract the fact that they had no fucking money? A lot of people started small businesses out of their house that now have grown into multi-million-dollar corporations. We had individuals that started doing content creating, building a personal brand, people who use TikTok as a form of media to promote their businesses that are their livelihood now. And I'm not just talking about a social media influencer or a content creator, people who have grown a business from the ground up 4 years ago, whose main outlet to gain business, gain traction, and to continue the livelihoods that they have is through this app. So what does that mean? That means when you shut TikTok down, you shut down a way for people to continue living day-to-day life. It is already impossible to afford to live in the United States right now. Shutting down TikTok in the United States will inadvertently cause over 400,000 American people to be unemployed. Small businesses, mid-sized businesses, even larger businesses whose whole marketing platform is this will see a significant loss, if not completely crumble, within the matter of 6 months. And for people like me, whose main following is on TikTok, but I don't really use this app anymore. Why, you might say? Because TikTok doesn't pay you anything, really. I really haven't made a significant form of supplemental or main income on TikTok at all, ever. I mainly use TikTok to post silly skits, talk about advocation for invisible illnesses and my eating disorder and mental health. I talk about my personal life, silly things here and there, but I really don't use it that often anymore. Because because 4 years ago we were told that this social media platform was expendable, I've spent the past 4 years growing my Instagram, posting on my YouTube channel, and I've also taken advantage of a certain exclusive site that now is my main source of supplemental income. And why did I decide to do that? Because you can't make an honest living on a platform that can be ripped away from you in the matter of days. So shutting the app down is going to ruin 500,000 Americans' lives. Not because we want to watch silly little videos, not because we're bored and want to do makeup transitions, because this is what we've done for the past 4 years since the government told us we couldn't leave our houses, and now we're told that we can't even do this. So what can you do to support your small businesses, your content creators, and your social media influencers that you have spent the past 4 or 5 years following and loving and creating a connection with? What you can do is follow all your favorite people on all their social media platforms. If they offer a subscription type service, that's the best one you can do to financially support your favorite creators. And if you can't do that, follow them along their journey when they continue to create content everywhere else. I know a lot of me and my friends have taken a lot of time growing their Instagram. I'm active on Instagram every single day because it gives me a community of people that I can form a tight-knit relationship with. And I have, I think, over like 700,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel now, which is awesome. And I'm going to be starting to post full-length YouTube videos here starting in April, which is going to be really, really fun. I am still a full-time content creator. That is what I'm good at. That is what I love to do. And I'm not going to let this app being taken away get in the way of that. So I urge you, before this happens, go support your fellow creator. Do what you can in the meantime. And if you have 10 minutes, go watch Robert F. Kennedy's State of the Union video.